Good morning, everybody. How was your Thanksgiving? Hopefully it was great, and you had a great time together with what few people that you could get together. It's kind of like the COVID Thanksgiving. So if you haven't heard by now, our church is shut down for at least going to church. I mean, we're still open all the way on our online, on the web. You can connect easily to watch the virtual service, and have to wait, a few days here to figure out what's going on, and maybe we can get our church back open, which would be great. So, just today I wanted to talk to you about rhythms, especially like the beating of our heart rhythm, and physically in music, or emotionally, where is your heart at today? Is it full of love, have a little bit of anger? Is it, full of happiness? Maybe spiritually, are you seeking spiritual comfort for your heart? The subject I chose today was inspired by my fiance having to go to the hospital last Sunday, which was, and then her heart was fluttering, kind of like a bird, like flutters, so to speak. And, diagnosed with this atrial fluttering of the heart. It's an irregular heartbeat. Then on Monday, she had a procedure to put her heart back into a regular rhythm. The procedure was just amazing. The technology today, and it was very successful, very successful. So, if your heart doesn't function correctly, the body has a real hard time. So I'll just key you into that a little bit there. In Corinthians 12:12, it says, just as a body, though one, has many parts, but all its many parts form one body. And so it is with Jesus. In Corinthians 12:14, it says, even so the body is not made up of one part, but is made up of many. The results of her heartbeat and the new rhythm reminded me of songs with beat and rhythm. A good song has a good beat or a rhythm, which is defined as a strong, regular, repeated pattern of sound. A song without words is a composition of rhythms combined with instruments, which makes music. Similar to body parts, which is combined with many parts as well to make up our body again. 1994. Whew. That's a long ways back. That's 26 years ago. Some of you probably that may be listening to this wasn't even born yet. So, that's a long ways back there. Well, I used to write songs, and I still do, sort of. So I used to write songs without words. But all my songs without words still had meanings to me. However, sometimes I got writer's block. And, I was a percussion major in all the way through, percussionist all the way through junior high school, and first part of my college there. I was a percussion major. And I thought that, I could write a song about a percussion instrument, pick out each instrument and write a song with it. So the first one I chose was a güiro. It's an instrument. You move a wooden rod, across the grooves, and it makes this sound. That's the sound it makes. And, I gave it a personality, like the güiro was alive. In 1994, I composed this song without words, and I named it, oddly enough, A Song of the Güiro. This is it playing right now. And if you listen, you can hear the güiro. You can hear it. It's in there. So, of course I added other instruments to it. And then, as you listen to it, I renamed it Dance of the Old Town Gypsies, which also had other meanings at that time to me. Worship, about worship. And dancing was and still is used to praise God. Fast forwarding today, this song that I wrote without words could easily be used if we could go back in Jesus's time, for their dancing at weddings, which was very customary. Back then, men danced in a group with other men, and then the women danced in a group with other women. And they worshiped God. They danced and they worshiped God, and they sung songs and played stuff. Musical instruments types of dancing with tambourines happened during Miriam the prophetess time. It happened, she basically, she was Aaron's sister, if you check out that in the Bible. But, she took the timbrel, they called it then, or tambourine in her hand, and all the women went out after her with their tambourines, with dancing to please God. What does this have to do with my fiance's heart? Has a lot to do with it, It's about the joy of knowing that her heart was reset again with no problems. And it's just amazing and so thankful about the thanksgiving to God and worship of music with songs and songs with no word. Thanking Him for His love for us about playing a song and worshiping Him. And I'd like to read something real quick that came through with all this. It's in Psalms. It's 98, 4-7. It says, "Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the Lord with the harp and the sounds of singing, with trumpets and the blast of the ram's horn." We have our own ram's horn too at our church. "Shout for joy before the Lord the King. Let the sea resound and everything in it, the world and all who live in it." And we're just so fortunate to have one of the best worship teams out there. And I encourage you today to tune in virtually and listen to them, and it'll fill your heart. It'll just fill your heart with glee. And if you for some reason are out of rhythm and you need to get your heart reset and you would like to live again, which is just the coolest thing in the world you could think of, is to be able to live again. Contact the Greedy Vineyard Church, call them up, someone will help you, or find a vineyard church near you and someone will help you. They'll be able to put that heart of yours back in rhythm. How's that? That'd be great. Folks, have a great day. I'm just so glad and I'm so thankful that I'm able to do this. And hopefully you enjoy this. And just have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday.